Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, which is nature or myself, and vitamin D, baby. You see vitamin D? I did. My friend, we are at Kimball Park or Kimball Park. We are still in Wisconsin, and we're probably 15 to 20 minutes between the borderline of Michigan and Wisconsin. Look at that. Water is kind of dirty, but I'll take it. And we're gonna play the game. Follow the leader. Okay? The leader is right here. He's right behind me. Okay, but this is a beautiful park. And it's to most people, it's probably typical. The basketball court, the swings for the kids, the place where you can barbecue, or like an event. And then the beautiful part is this: all of the benches, and all these trees. Right? Every time when I see trees like this, I'm like, where can I hang my hammock? Now, a little brief introduction of this park I know nothing about, so I'm not gonna read it because I want you to read it. I will stay silent. Let's take a moment. You can pause the video, and my friend, I will go and sit on the bench, one of the benches here, and we'll actually do a video. Look how beautiful that is. And in this video, my friend, I want to share with you why I choose the route that I'm walking. Because a lot of people like, Con, how come you don't take the comedian road? Con, how come you don't take the music road? Con, how come you don't join a company, work, and make your way up as an entrepreneur? Let me find a seat, and I will tell you exactly why, my friend. And ooh, bonfire. You probably didn't see Boy, but hopefully, jump up. Oh, hopefully you can see him here. Well, my friend, the reason why I choose to go on the journey within and start the Gazillionaires Club is because I feel like, in the business world, there's a lot of, the cat and mouse competition. And yes, we can say that competition is healthy for the market and all that stuff, but when we look at business and how people are, like, a lot of people I learn from, but that does not mean I agree with everything that they, like who they are as an individual. Because, in business, if you don't compete, if you don't constantly, come up with new products, sometimes, you kind of have to sacrifice, whether that's your time, your happiness, your people, whatever it is. If you want to stay in the game, those are the things that you have to do. I'm a hustler, baby. Why do you think I'm at the playground all day, every day? And, come to think of it, I'm like, why do I have to go through all of that? Why, like I often, like even before I started my journey, I guess the biggest question for me was, if I don't have to work for money, what would I be doing? Like if I don't need money, what would I be doing? And then when I look at some of these like millionaires and billionaires, they like, you know, either they keep on working because they love it, because they want more money, or because they do it because of the passion and the money just come, you know, whichever the case may be. But the reason, you know, for me, is like understanding oneself, it's so hard and is a lifetime process. Because, you know, as much as I like with business, right, I can't ever imagine myself like going out there and have to promote my product. So for example, I know in business they say that, you know, if you don't know how to market, you don't know how to sell, if you don't know how to sell, then you're not gonna make it. And true, but if your product is good, eventually it will promote itself.
Wait, what do you mean, bro? You really confused, bro. Are you really confusing me, bro?
Because, you know, when I started studying the business, like, you know, with like all the event, the mindset, I understand the value of it, but for me it just doesn't work. Like I just don't like the way that the business is run. You know, like for example, okay, you have an event, and then, you know, basically you try to help people understand, you know, the power of mindset. And pretty much every event is going to be similar. You know, they're going to have activities where you do, and there's a very positive group of people, but then there's also money involved. Anytime when there's money involved in anything, it's kind of take the value away from it. Yes, I understand that when people pay for something, they're going to value it. But then at the business model, like the way that I see it, it doesn't work for me. It's kind of like when I first started my real estate event, for example. I went there and I did learn about real estate, but then in order for me to invest, you know, I need certain amount of money, which was like 30 grand. And then, you know, if I can't afford the 30 grand, then I can put down the 5 grand to buy the university course, you know, which will which will kind of give me like the mindset of real estate, mindset of starting a business and all that stuff. It's a university. So you buy the course, you study it, you get with the people, you know, and you know, every event when you go to, it's going to be similar. There's going to be new people. They will bring you on stage, and if you invest, you know, then they will bring you on stage and kind of introduce you to more bigger circle. Also, if you want to get closer to your mentor or eventually mentor, you know, you would have to pay like, you know, 20,000 or 30,000 to go on a like, you know, like a private trip to like Hawaii to spend time with them, and they'll teach you about the mindset. Now, what that mindset is, I don't know, but I just think that, you know, it should do something out of your comfort zone, like jumping out of the sky, bungee jumping, you know, skinny dipping in the river. But the business model, you know, doesn't work for me. I feel like I can do all of that without throwing an event, without getting money involved. You know, yes, you need money to sustain the business, but I think the business model, it's just like, you know, way too much. And from the other perspective, it's like the more money you put in, the more committed you are. That's very true. That's why, you know, I do what I do. I started the Gazillionaires Club, you know, because I saw the business model of what, you know, of what I was going through. I was like, hey, I can take the same business model and apply it to my channel. Like, people don't even have to come to the event. Like, if people are really sincere about changing their lives, about making a change, everything is on my channel. And, you know, and it's kind of like, I feel like I'm more connected with people when I actually show them the work, rather than, you know, practice, get all the people together for an event and kind of do the same thing over and over and over. And, you know, there are other things that you have to commit when you join the group. when you know, like either be on like a Zoom meeting every day, kind of, or you know, come to the event 4 times a week. And the reason that is because when you are a company, when you are a family, they want to know who you are. They want to connect to you. You don't want to lose that connection. And you know, when I saw the business model, and that's why, you know, I was like, okay, you know, first of all, it didn't work out for me too well. And a lot of the people that I met there, I feel like, you know, they're kind of on their way to it's kind of like, I wouldn't say most, but some are very some are just unsincere, not sincere, you know, and it's still about the money. It's like, and for me, I guess the end goal is like, if I don't have to work for money, what would I do? And like I said, from the very beginning of this channel to now, it's like, I'm still gonna do what I want to do. Like, you know, I make comedy not because I want to make money, but it's for my self-satisfaction. And I'm kind of building a group of people that understand who I am. Like, you know, because when we make comedy, right? Like I recently saw an interview on you know, on Valutainment, Patrick and the comedian, I forgot the name, but pretty much anything, when there's business, when there's money involved, there is no longer fun. Even in the comedy world, people are like, you know, people are taking jokes from other people, and then sometimes they make money off of it, and the people that came up with the joke, you know, they're like, hey, why are you stealing my jokes? You know, for me, it's like comedy is all about fun. Like, why are you being funny? You know, are you being funny because you want it to be a business, or do you want to be funny because you want to be funny? I'm with the second camp. I want to be funny because I'm funny. Con, holding on to anger. It's like drinking poison and expect the other person to die. I want people to be like, hey, this is Con. I don't want you to have to pretend. I don't want to have to practice. I mean, you kind of do if you're going to throw a show. But then I don't want it to be like, you know, you stole my joke. That was mine. Nothing in this universe ever created out of nothing, except for everything. I'm just kidding. But what I'm saying is, like, every joke, every song, every poetry, every book that ever written, ideas were bouncing off of each other. You know, we make things so complicated to the point where nowadays people copyright for everything. A line of music, like a musical note, something from a book that someone said, because of the business model. Like, you know, like we claim the right for it, and nobody can ever, you know, claim that right unless they pay royalty, which is okay. But then we must remember that everything, ideas are like energy. They're just bouncing off of one another. And if we can't do it for joy, and you know, and we get money involved, you know, that's where all the fun is being taken away. Cha-ching, bitch! I'm rich! And like I said, you know, we created money. Human created money. But then what money is doing to people is that they ended up controlling us. And we have to step outside of that circle. And, you know, and with my Gazillionaires Club, it's like, you know, when I talk about business, people like, man, you should make it to the top. You got to make a lot of money, you know, get as much influence as you can. You gotta, you know, you gotta have money to have a say in. You gotta have money to have a voice option. That's true. I'm not saying that it's not. But you know, if Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad were doing it for the money, people wouldn't have remembered them for thousands and thousands of years, even though they are dead. But their knowledge, their wisdom live on. And you know, that's the way that I see it. Like, you don't have to be the biggest. You don't need like, you know, you don't need to be at the top, you know, beat every competition. Because when I see people that compete to be the best, it's kind of like, it's not my definition of happiness. It's not my definition of life. I understand that there are people out there that want to be competitive, they want competition, and they you know, it's the experience. Like, wow, I'm the first. I'm I'm like the one. But you got to remember, in time, we grow old. The new generation is going to come up, and new legacy is being born. Like, if everyone were to live and their existence is to build a legacy, I mean, it's great and all, but what about us? What about humanity? What about, freedom? What about happiness? And people can say what they want to say, but competitive people, I rarely see they smile because they spend so much time, just working on themselves, try to beat the competition. Because, my friend, in order to be the best, you have to act like it, you have to work like it, and you got to put all of your energy, time, effort, lifetime to be the best. If that's the life that you choose, go for it. The life that I choose is to be free, to be happy, to be contributing constantly for the rest of my life, make good relationships, and slowly but surely. That's the message. So, my friend, much love. I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this little park, and if you don't, do.